let's get this toast rocking. Oh man, I messed up in the sound and speaker. I'm glad I didn't push everything yet. Let's see. Two, check one. All right, check one, check two. We up with the sound on Spreaker. Yesterday we lost contact. Look like we got a message. What's going on here? I guess I can't check it now. All right, so we up on Spreaker. Let's see if we can get up on Facebook and YouTube, and Periscope, and whatever else we got hooked up. Alright, family. I want to welcome you to the place where you hustle builds muscle. This is the Congregation of the Mighty, and you're now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Man, I forgot to send out the black signal. What's going on? Why you sounding so low, Anime? What's going on? Everything seemed to be right. Anime ain't sounding right. Sound kinda. She might be sick too. Anime, you got what I got? Oh my God! Let me go and plug the mic in so that they can hear you a little bit better, baby. Because I don't know how to deal with a sick phoenix. I didn't. So, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Girl, you sound all right. And of course, you know this is the Daily Toast, and this is the heart of a simple production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Forgot to send out the black signal, so we're gonna send out the black signal after we do the song. Here we go. Bang, y'all there? Bang, y'all there? Gina been on here, so I gotta check and make sure everything is right. Thing look right.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Grab your glass for some water. Your bottle of that water. Twist the cap off that water. Lift and pour your water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Man, I'm feeling so much better. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Fam, just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up with me, fam. Drink, drink. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Man, we did it. Oh, did it kind of fast. But we did it. So now, I need to go on and launch this daily toast. Black signal. Imani. What's the date, fam? 47193. Start date 47193. Select database. Daily Toaster database. We are. Ooh, that need to be a capital we. We got starting a sentence. We still not capital. We are live and toasting. Lines will be open. I hope you join us. Boom, boom. I ain't gonna be able to I'm doing a quick launch right now. So, campaign successfully created. Let's see if it goes out. Lines are open, 614-556-4535. I just asked family, we get our toast done. Then we could talk about whatever it is y'all want to talk about. If there's nothing y'all want to talk about, then we'll just move on with the rest of our day. I got me some black lentils and orange lentils mixed with a few vegetables and some yams. I'm going to do that. I'm finishing brewing this. I had one special order. I had ginseng. And check this out. Speaking of the ginseng, they got a new, I don't know if it's new. I just started noticing. They got a ginseng out that is fermented. You don't say, right? A ginseng that's fermented. And I'm like, wow, like I said, I try to keep you all ahead of the curve on a lot of things here on Gye-Nyame Journey. But we was talking about fermentation shit. That's what really started the Daily Toast show, because we started having gallons and gallons and gallons of ambrosion. Like, hell, you know what I'm saying? We need to toast. You know what I'm saying? We need to toast these ancestors, right? I want them, I'm making this stuff. I want to make sure. All right. So I gotta fix this because this is not right. So this is a breather right here. This right here, that's a breather. And there's not enough water in there. I guess I let some water escape somehow. So I'm going to have to go on and fix that. And I will fix that after we get done with our show. But what I'm trying to do right now is get my ambrosia for the toast. I'm going to show y'all what it looked like in the butt, because there's a small SCOBY growing in this one. You know, I need all the SCOBYs I could get, because I got about 100 SCOBYs that I had to get rid of. Somewhere around 100. I ain't gonna, maybe it might be less. I don't know. But it was a lot of SCOBYs. It's a lot of SCOBYs. And it really hurt my feelings because it was some of my best SCOBYs that I had to get rid of. But you know, when stuff hits, that's how it is, you know. So I had to get rid of some of my best SCOBYs. And I'm rebuilding up my SCOBY army right now. So I'm going to be brewing longer. This market makes it so I have to have some available monthly, which is a good thing. But let's do the toast and we can talk about all the other stuff. Anything that interests you on this lazy Imani day. As a matter of fact, great Imani to all of you out there. I've been chilling for the last 2 days. I'm feeling better. My energy is moving back up, and hell, you know, like I said, every now and then we gotta go through the valleys and stuff like that, and that's cool, man. That's cool. Let you enjoy life. Let you appreciate life, being able to move and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to stay as busy as I possibly can, but sometimes you just gotta lay it down, and that's what I did. As y'all see, I'm sweating. I just got out the tub and I took a cold shower afterwards. But even a cold shower don't stop the sweat from coming. So here we go. We're gonna do this toast, and we're gonna move into the discussion. Lines will be open. I'll type up the number to call in on the chats. Let me see if there's any comments before I start. I was just also checking out Miss Gina G. Gina, she did a video a while ago. I mean, last weekend? Last weekend when I took her to the movies, and I shared it. But then I also see that Gina tried to do a live podcast, and she sat down here after I told y'all yesterday. I went and woke her up because I had to go, but she got up and she sat up. Do a podcast. I mean, like the only thing she confused on is which mic to use. And I'm going to get her straight with that. So when she wants to get up and do a show, yeah, go and do a podcast, girl. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you into, hell, we can make that one of your science projects when you have a science project due. Me doing a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Her doing a podcast, not me. Her doing a podcast. I think that's a simple science. Structuring a show, using technology to get your voice heard. You know, I think that's something we could pass off as science, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff, huh? So, first off, getting on to the creator, by whatever name you choose to call the creator, we lift up our glass and we salute that creator, and we say, or whatever name you choose to call it creator, we say Ashe. Ooh, this ambrosia is maturing nicely here. So from there, family, where do we go? Okay. From there, we go to our list of our illustrious ancestors that has been compiled over the last 3 years since we've been doing this. And man, the list is growing, and I'm proud of my family for first off, for trusting me with this. This is an honor to wake up. I mean, even when I'm not feeling well, I always feel good enough to at least make it through, and I appreciate y'all trusting me with the ancestor list. You know what I'm saying? Because I think this is something that's real good for our community. As far as because like Yvette Carnell calls it lineage therapy, and I honestly think that us recognizing those in our family, those in our immediate family that have passed, and in a sense, learning their stories, sharing their stories, and saluting them. I think that kind of helps us in the move towards reparations. It gives us an immediate path that we could tap into and look at some of the injustices as well as the resiliency of our people. But then it also moves us to have to now, when we look at the past, we also have to take time and take that information from the past and prepare something for the future. And I think that's what we do here every day by at least having the conversation. So once again, I'm honored, and like I said, keep the ancestors coming. We'll do it till we ain't. We'll do it till we ain't got no time no more. You know what I'm saying? Brother Kwame estimate we got about 800. I think that's kind of high, but we wanted to get somebody to sit down and count all these names. So I'm gonna catch one of the young warriors and be like, "Yo, your assignment is to count each one of these names. Let us know how many we are toasting." Brother Kwame said about 800. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texan Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley. Hold on. Let me correct that right now while I'm thinking about it today. I think I might sit back and watch The Purge because I done had this movie from the Vita for a while. I done told her I would watch it. I never watched it. And so I'm out there going to watch it. So let me go and correct my timeline, right? Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gatt, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Theme, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Sepet Ma'at Ra, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxter brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Grindelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Davita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Nina Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lovenian Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, Essie Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, James Farmer, May Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, May Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Ellen Ohio, Frankie Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillimon Aries, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. Oh my, I want to watch The Purge also. Yeah, this is the first Purge, A Nation Reborn. So that was the how they call it, the pre experiment for the launch. So we had a discussion, and I didn't even get to see the movie days because we got it on the mall. I be so busy, I don't get an opportunity to go in and see the movies. And so I'm thinking about possibly moving the movie to 4, so that we got time to get everything settled and everybody settled in the mall. There's more time to focus on the mall, and then we could do the movie from 4 to 6. So the movie usually be about an hour and a half, and then we got a half an hour for discussion before we start shutting down. And if we need to extend a little bit, we can, right? William Walter West, Najla Parrish, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Hadley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., William Johnson, Wilbert Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Triola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Needy Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Lorel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. And into our sacred book, Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. So I'm going to have to add Aunt Sis in with Cleveland Geneva Brown. Let me see, hold on. So I'm going to have to rewrite my list. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Because this is my grandfather's sister. Cleveland Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis. So that's like a grand aunt. Alright. So I'll work it out. I just gotta, family, start building your family tree. Just, that's all I'm saying. Just, and this kind of helps because we constantly saying our family names, we're remembering them, and we have to start building our family trees. It's going to become very, very important very soon, especially with this discussion about reparations. Start building your family tree. Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Germonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Isin, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons. I already did Daniel Tilly and Angeline Gann. Shout them out again. New great grandparents that I didn't know I had. Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols. And we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment where we are right now in this time frame. We are in the present moment. We are constantly in the present moment, and we have to pledge to ourselves to use this moment in a way that will make sure that there is a firm foundation placed and laid for our children. So we take every moment, you know what I'm saying, and use it to our advantage so that we can leverage. You know what I'm saying? We could leverage, or at least build leverage for the future generation to use. So in this moment, right now, family, we are on faith, and I did see a video that I wanted to post up on faith. There's a little girl, I can't remember her name, and I can't look it up right now because it's on there. There's a young lady that I saw on Facebook, and she's vision. She's vision impaired. She's not. I don't think she's totally blind. And she was sitting up there, and she was, and her goal is she wants to inspire the world. And it was a beautiful little. You know what I'm saying? She just was saying, I mean, you know, she was just saying and sharing her truth. And you know, I'm like, wow, you know, and you know, they was talking about how she was believing that God was gonna heal her sight, you know, and that her vision impairment was in a sense a blessing because it let her see how, you know, blessed or how different or how special or unique. I think the word she used was unique. She was, and I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Uh, this is a perfect. This is a perfect piece to use for tomorrow, faith, and so then I just start doing something else, and it just popped up right now. But that was a powerful video. So if anybody know that video, know the little girl I'm talking about, post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey before I do. But I'm gonna try to get to it. But we need to start taking these moments and identifying and seeking out our principles. This is why I say activate the reticular formation, that part of your brain that is designed to help you find what it is you want, help you focus and find what it is you want. It has, right now, most of our reticular formation is formulated to notice negative, notice dangers. You know what I'm saying? Which is good, right? It's able to pick that out. But you also can use it and consciously guide it to seek out other things too. So what I'm saying is, family, let's use our reticular formation to start identifying certain things in the world that we want to see as well, right? If we see our principles in action, let's share them. Like Sister Kim shared a market in Dakar. I think it's Dakar, Senegal, on her page. On Gye-Nyame Journey, it was the group page though. Group page. And now there's a difference between the group page and our page. The group page is private. So I can't pull that stuff out and post it up in a newsletter and write stuff on a newsletter. Those that want their stuff to show up in the newsletter, you have to post it on our page. On the page is about 536 people that's on our page. So it's a difference because the group is a lot smaller, but a lot more active. But the page is the one where the videos show up on and stuff like that. So post stuff on that page. All right? If you want it to show up in that monthly newsletter. All right. So today is Imani. We're in the moment of Imani. Faith is the what Imani means for those that don't speak the language. Harmony is the meiotic principle today. Trust is what we teach with the M7. The color is red. Didn't find my red shirt. I know where it's at. I know where it's at now. But I wanted to wear, you know, and I'm kind of excited because I can't wait for my Gye-Nyame, our Gye-Nyame to pop out, right? This is one of the traditional symbols, but a lot of people don't know this is the most popular traditional symbol. But there are other symbols. Now, we had one personally designed for Gye-Nyame Journey, damn near 20 years ago. Wow. So, but there's some cold Gye-Nyames out there. I'm just letting y'all know. This is the one that y'all used to seeing. But, some other ones out there, you know, and ours is sharp too. So, color is red. The Hermetic law is gender. Male name for the day, Kwesi. Kwesi is your day. Also, it's the day for Kwesi's show, by the way. Maybe this is why he chose this day to do his show. Man. Female is Akasua. So we lift up and we salute this day, this moment in time. Right? Because this is all we ever have. There's no yesterday, there's no tomorrow, there's only now. I know that sounds crazy coming from somebody who toasts the past and toasts the future, but the fact of the matter is, family, we exist in the now. It's constantly moving. We lift up our glass, we salute, and we say Ashe. So I wonder if the ancestors experience now. Thought experiment. Let me think about that. All right. So from there, we say Ashe. Now we move on to our children, our children's children, onto infinity. Family, we toast our children in advance. We lift up our glass for them to let them know that we're going to keep our pact, and we are working hard to make sure that they have a firm foundation to stand upon. We lift our glass to them in advance so that when it's our time to be ancestors, they will also remember us. So we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We salute all of our relations. We toast and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, where do we go? From all of our relations, family, that's that selfish libation. Take that time. All right? Toast. What is it that you need in this moment to be the most marvelous and fantastic individual that you can be? In this moment, we lift, we toast, we say Ashe. From there, family, I toast the most beautiful, powerful, uplifting, motivating, inspiring, strong, unifying, determined, cooperative, responsible individual in the room. You know what that is? That's you. I toast you. We lift it up and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, let's sip up a little bit. Oh my God. All right, let me post up this number real quick. 614-556-4535. Lines are officially open. Let me put it on my call-in lines. Open. 614 556 4535. Man. All right, so we got it posted up. Let's make sure it's in 614. Call. Let me make sure people know what is. Call in. Lines open. 614-556-4535. Now, the crazy thing about that number is I set that up. I also have a show that I rarely get to air. I call it The Line. The Line, right? I call it The Line. Why I call it The Line? I call it The Line because The Line is a show where when people find something of interest, they can call in to the 614-556-4535 number, and they should be able to start talking. And when you start talking, it should start recording. But it ain't been working. I'm trying to work out the bugs, but I want people to be able to report stuff where they are right when it's popping off. They got some good idea. Because you know how sometimes the best ideas hit you when you least suspect it. And you might be like, damn, if I get to a phone, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Or some stuff might be happening. You might want to report, and you know what I'm saying? It's important that in that second, but as soon as other stuff start popping off, you like, I gotta go see, boom, 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 and you forget. So I want to provide a line so that people can call in and be able to share with the fam. You know what I'm saying? It's a family line. Let's just say that. It's a family line because in all truth, on our conference call line, we could hold up to 100 people. I know that it'd be total confusion. Right? But it's true.
You are the first participant on this Uber conference.
On
Please
our
hold.
conference
I'll
line,
pick the others to join.
we can hold up to 100 people. So if anybody, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's literally a family line. Hell, we can have a whole Gye-Nyame meeting on that and not even break a sweat. But chewing quite nicely here. So Cleve got a science project coming up. And I've been telling him for like the last 3 years. This is last year at the school with me. I said, man, you need to do a project on how we make this ambrosia. You know what I'm saying? The fermentation process. That's a scientific process. You know what I'm saying? That's a process that you can use as your experiment. You help me with it, so why don't you just, I'll give you a little SCOBY. You talk about the fermentation process. You do some examples. You know what I'm saying? You can ferment some cabbage and have people taste it, and you can ferment some. You can take some of this ambrosia with you. You can show them the process. I'll give you a gallon of the original. You know what I'm saying? And one finished and one with the breather on top, so that you can show them what you're doing. This is your science experiment, and then you give some samples so that you can win if it's a contest, right? So he's thinking about it. Hopefully he'll exercise that. So, but let me see what else has been popping up. Hold on, I had someone post up in Gye-Nyame Journey. I actually want to go see, because I need to go to the group page, because the group be going off, man. I mean, it's like, Sister Kim put some stuff up on there. I'm like, man, this need to be on there. Everybody needs to see this. But for those that enjoy the food, we have the Sisters of Fire. Sister of Fire. They are making themselves available so that you can order all the time. You don't just have to wait to come to the G&J Mall. They're offering plain jollof rice. They have, I can't see the size, it's small, medium, and large. A small is 30, a large is 60. A medium is 60, a large is 120. They also have chicken jollof rice, $38 for a small. Well, you go on, because it's on Gye-Nyame Journey. You can look it up. But Sankofa Kitchen on demand. They offer plain jollof rice, chicken jollof. They say you can add a protein like black-eyed peas or roasted chicken legs. They got divinely mined wings. They got peanut stew with rice. Ooh. Includes your choice of chicken or chickpeas. They got kale yell salad. Ooh, man. They got the Z bread. They got nutty banana bread. They got Granny's classic pound cake. They got brown sugar apple delight cake. The drinks. They got Happy hibiscus mint iced tea. Happy spelled HAPI. Hope you caught that. Tamarind power punch. Ice green zing. They got a $20 minimum. All orders must be prepaid via cash app, or PayPal. Minimum of 72-hour notice required. Ask about delivery. So they basically laying this out so that the family can eat. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like cooking that day. Boom, break the bread. Boom, 72 hours. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we're going to eat this. So, that's a good business model, because, we can start planning. I can start planning around, you know what I'm saying, what I want to eat. But what I've been fiending lately, some type of soup. I want a lentil or a bean. I want some type of soup. But, it's going to come. It's going to come. All right, so I opened the lines, and it don't seem like anybody want to toast and talk today. So that's kind of cool. And I appreciate y'all, because that give me a little bit of time, because I still got to finish this newsletter. It's done. It's all but done. I have a couple of pictures I have to add. And family, once again, those that want to want to add to the newsletter, right? Post up in Gye-Nyame on our main page, the open page, please, so that I could get your stuff this month. It's not in it, or you can email me your article. Just let me know it's the article and contact me. Let me know you emailing it to me, or you could instant message me as well, the article, right? Oh, no problem. Shouts out to Miss Regina, one of the Sisters of Fire. You know what I'm saying? That's what we here for, right? We got to spread the word. So now that's one thing. You don't have to wait until the G&J Mall to get your grub on. You know what I'm saying? Sisters of Fire. They posted up on the timeline. Check it out. Matter of fact, let me go on and read make sure y'all get the address and stuff. Well, not the address, but the contact information. Well, damn, where'd it go? There it go. All right. Here we go. Give me a second. All right. Place your on-demand order at www.sistrenoffire.com/eat. It's SISTRENAFFIRE.com/eat. So they got their own website. SistrenoffIre.com and /eat. So I'm imagine if you go to Sisters of Fire, you'll be able to read some of the other stuff that they're doing.
This call is being recorded.
Uh-oh. What's up, Sister Kim? Sound like Sister Kim. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. Did I hear a dog bark in it?
Good.
Did I hear a dog bark?
Yes, I have a dog. I locked her out of my room.
Oh.
She wants to get in the room with the air conditioning.
Hey, I'll be barking too. Hey, because it get hot.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind?
It's super. Well, you saw what I posted up.
Mm-hmm. So, 2 of them.
So I sort of, I posted up a few things, and I wanted to share that our farmers market primarily is it's kind of every month starting in October until around May, and it's actually a sister who does it. Her mom is ADOS and her dad is Senegalese.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to share that with you guys so you can see our impact.
So, now, wait, let me ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask this question. There was a lot of white folks in that video. There's a lot of white people over in Senegal?
I told y'all who building everything.
Damn. My God. Because I was looking, I was like, that's, what? You know, I mean, because when I was in Ghana, I ran into a few, but not in the market. When I was in the market, oh, no, hell no. I was like, shit.
But, yeah, that's not a typical African open air market. If you go to the regular African open air market, yes, you're going to see mainly locals.
Okay.
That's our farm market. That's why it's called farmers. And, you know, farmers is an English word. So it's modeled from the American model of a farmer's market, which is kind of what you have at Gye-Nyame Mall. So, yeah, so you have a lot of expatriates, people from overseas who live in Senegal, who are vendors there. As you saw, she was touring, she was showing you all the vendors. And you're going to have a lot of customers who are also expatriates. So you have people from France, people from America, people from Japan, China, Malaysia, and Indonesia. You have a lot of people from those countries in Senegal.
Man.
India, a lot of Indians are in West Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Indians are really digging in deep in West Africa, to the point that they are actually doing their own schools. I know in Senegal they have supermarkets, and they have all kinds of stuff. Indians, and in Ivory Coast, you have a lot of Indians in Ivory Coast. So, yeah, they are there.
So then you posted up another article.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Toast&Talk's latest show. No. My fault. Before we get to that one, you posted up now.
Okay.
In order for your articles to get into the newsletter, because I can't pull down from the private group, so you have to post to the Gye-Nyame Journey page. The private group got a lot of good stuff. Huh?
Oh.
Yes.
Am I on the page? Maybe.
Yeah, you on the page because you listen in on the page.
Oh, so then I need to do that. I'll look at that again.
Right, because you went now to keep on posting in the group, but you have to share whatever you want to get in the newsletter on the main page. Now the private page you see is only like it might be about 100 people on there, but the main page got about 536 people. So and that's the one that you usually see the show on, and that's the one I want.
Do.
You know, the conversations that we can air out in public. You know, because when I first started the Gye-Nyame, my daughter, one of my oldest daughter told me, she said, we need to have a space where we can have our conversations. Now you're gonna keep the page, but we need our own space just in case some of us want to vent and we got to go to work the next day. I said, okay, all right.
That's fine.
So, but
no,
you posted up one because I can't get to my page right now. But you posted up a real interesting article about international students.
That's actually Myra. Those are my thoughts.
No.
So yeah, about international students. I mean, these are things that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I normally only share them with, people I'm in the room with. So I'm kind of stepping out, a little bit to share with the broad community, because I think that, these are things we need to know. We beating ourselves up, we beating our kids up, and then you have other people who are getting ahead and then they're doing that.
Right.
And we need to understand, a lot of people don't know that international students are getting scholarships and they're not even taking the SAT.
So what are they taking?
It's TOEFL. They have the TOEFL test, and you take, traditionally, international students, if you're not a native speaker, or if you're international and you're not a native speaker, you only take TOEFL, which is a test to see how well you speak English. It's just an English test.
Wait, hold on. So you telling me that a lot of these, they're taking an English speaking test in order to get into universities, and our kids got to, so they can have, because one of the things that I do, when I was reading the article, that I kind of reflected on was, I had a lot of friends who had high grades, but was affected by low scores on a test. So they didn't qualify for certain scholarships.
Yep.
And my scores was all right.
And they're getting scholarships. I know of the instance. I mean, there's no shame in my game. I love my husband. We've been married almost 30 years, but he's very smart. But he didn't have to take any tests. He only took the TOEFL. He came to the United States and went to school, a 4-year degree for free, full scholarship.
Man.
And as the educator, I've seen it. I know it happens. This is something I know about.
Man. So then, like you said, we beating up our kids like you gotta score high, but we competing again, I mean, there's a whole bunch of built-in advantages that we don't have no access to. We either we got international people taking advantage, or we got local people taking advantage because of the wealth that they have to where they could go and buy their way into situations that we would have absolutely no chance at even competing.
Exactly. And then you have people who have so many advantages that based on their education, based on them just going to school, sitting in the class every day, based on them just being in their house, having conversations with their parents every day, they're going to get a good score on that test. Because everything around them is at such a high level that they're just going to get a good score. You got to be an idiot not to get a good score when you've been in the best schools, when both of your parents are super educated and your conversation is always at a very high level, when your parents can get a tutor for anything you're interested in or anything you're even average in, you're going to get a good score.
You got to. I mean, and so and what we and the part of the argument with the ADOS piece is that a lot of those advantages we can't afford because we're not living an American life. And what I mean, and I know a lot of people get and a lot of people get upset with that because it's like we're still caught up in that illusion. You know, boom, everything was made fair and all this, boom, boom, boom. But it wasn't. We got to understand that what money provides the freedom for your children to explore and learn in safer environments. Many of our children are not coming up in those environments. And then on top of that, money gives you time so that you could think about other things other than just basic survival. So if my discussion with my children and around my children is about basic survival, then they're only going to be basic when it comes time to take the test. But if I have enough money to talk about us taking a trip, you know what I'm saying? Or going to museums and shit. We got time. Money gives me time to be like, damn, I got some time. Let me think about where we gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to a museum. Okay.
And to invest in that.
Right. So
to invest in that, and because of our situation, we're not even exposed to that. Like, I was very lucky, to be honest, because I just happened to get an internship a number of years ago, over 20 years ago, in a private school for gifted students. Like, the richest people send their kids to this school in the Chicago area. Just like you, had never seen a school like this. Like, it blew my mind when I went there on the tour. The cafeteria looked like the food court at a mall. I was like, what?
Was this in high school?
So this was an elementary, K to 8.
Oh, she said elementary. Okay, now
K to 8, preschool to 8. I had never seen anything like this in my whole life until I went, and then they hired me, and I got the job, and I worked there. And so that's when I saw how much more these people have compared to us. Because I had never, I'm a regular black girl. I was never around rich people. I've always went to public schools. I didn't know, that people could even get these things at schools, that schools even had certain things like this. Like, this was elementary school. They had a dark room in the art department. They had a kiln in the art department. And this was 20 years ago.
You said a kiln and a dark room.
In the art
for those,
and the dark room in the art
for those young people that might be listening later, or maybe now, a dark room was where they used to have to develop film before we got all this digital shit. So these kids was able to actually take pictures and then go and develop the pictures. So, which is a whole process within itself. But go ahead. I mean, because like I said, I was never exposed to any of that.
Me neither.
So,
I didn't think you had that in school.
Right, there you go.
I wasn't exposed.
But that wealth, man, this little bit of wealth makes a lot of difference. It makes a lot of difference when it comes to educating our babies, and it comes to exposing our babies to things going on around the world. Hell, some of the trips that some of them, like you said, some of those K-8s go on, open up so that they can see. We lost Sister Kim. Hopefully she'll call back in. But I'm gonna see if I can pull up her article, because this, I mean she be posting on her, between her and CeeLo, man, they be packed. Hey, that timeline on that private group is the bomb. You know.
Hello.
I'm back. I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. So I was just saying how that's something that the amount of support that the kids received just blew my mind, because I didn't know people were doing that at that time. And then I had the situation where the school psychologist decided to allow me to come and talk to her. So I just went. She was like, "Come and talk to me. Come to my office. Let's sit down." So I sat down. Do you know what that lady showed me?
What?
She showed me the test that they give kids to see if they're gifted or not. She wasn't supposed to show me that. Hello?
I'm listening. You got me.
Okay.
Why was she supposed to show you that? They had a test.
No, like intelligence tests, like IQ tests.
Right.
You're not supposed to show people that. That's highly confidential.
She was showing you their scores, or she showed you the test?
She showed it to me. She showed me the test. It's like a test. It's like an IQ test to measure whether somebody's gifted or not. And she showed me the whole test. She just went from one thing to the next to show me. She was basically saying, "You see how smart these kids are? They go from this to this." And so she was saying how nowadays these kids are so smart because their parents have tutors from the moment they're like 2, teaching them. So by the time they get to take these tests, it's nothing for them to go this far in this test. That's what she showed me. And I'm an educator, and some of my other sisters, educators, they were like, "How could you go to that school every day? And you live in your black neighborhood, your child goes to this school. How do you go there every day?" And I said, "Well, I'm going there every day, and I'm taking notes."
That's called being strategic.
Exactly.
Laying it down.
Yes. I'm going there. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's and
And
really,
take notes.
that's right. And that's and those notes, because like at the same time, because it's like, I mean, for years, excuse me, my damn washer, I gotta go and get another one. I'm gonna work on it. But anyway, a lot of us, we thought that it was just us. Y'all just not working hard enough.
No.
And I used to be on. I used to be on that. You're not working hard enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not working hard enough. And it's no, dog. It ain't. I mean, now you could possibly work harder, but you don't. Matter of fact, they wrong practice is just as bad as not practicing. And many of us have been given the wrong practices because we have not been able to pay to bring those with the proper techniques in. You understand what I'm saying?
We haven't.
So we're working hard, but we're working hard in the wrong way, which in a lot of times can be just as bad as not working at all. So I'm like, man. So you can't. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that one, man. I do know what to say. Reparations. That's what, or as they've been saying on other channels, cut the check. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, got a whole group of people who have been marginalized, separated, and penalized You know, and I'm very clear on the fact that capitalism, the whole idea of capitalism requires there to be a group of individuals that are able to be taken advantage of. And that just happened to be us. That, I mean, we ain't gonna just be happy, but it's designed to be us. You always have to have a bottom crew in order so that everybody else could build up upon. And everybody is kind of silent about the conspiracy to hold us where we are. And some people even get upset because one of the things, I was listening to KRS-One the other day, and he brought up a point that I saw in other metaphysical lectures. They said if you don't have words to define something, it's hard for your mind to see it. It's hard for you to see it. You can't see what you don't have words for. So there's been a whole reality that's been moving around us, and a lot of us been like, this shit ain't right, but I just can't put my tongue on it. Something's not right, and I'm gonna feel stupid for speaking out against it because I don't know what it is. And it's like, and this is what a lot of people don't understand with the what Yvette and Tone Talks produced for us. They produced a definition. They produced a new word so that we can look at our reality. Damn, I'm looking at an ADOS reality, and that gives you a power. And I think a lot of people are becoming uncomfortable with the fact that we are able to define our reality now. It's making them feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because now we are able to see what everybody else was able to see, or what a lot of other people was able to see and take advantage of. And now that we're able to see it and take command of it, it makes people feel uncomfortable. And this is what I've been telling this Gye-Nyame family. We have to be able to go in the room and understand people are going to be uncomfortable with us. It's not our job. It's not your fault that they're uncomfortable with you. That's their own shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be uncomfortable, especially when you start claiming who you are. We just lost Sister Kim. Once I start running my mouth, things start falling off and stuff. But y'all know how I go around here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Lines are open 614-556-4535. Once again, lines are open 614-556-4535. Sister Kim is calling in live from Ouagadougou. Over in Africa. I can't remember the country though. I could when I say the city where she at, I can't remember the country. And when I say the country, I can't say the city. So I prefer to say the city. Look it up, Ouagadougou. That's where she at right now. She's a regular caller. Anybody else, if you have something you want to talk about, this is our Toast and Talk Imani. Toast and Talk Imani. We got a few more minutes where we could go. But let me go back. Let me read exactly the article that Sister Kim posted up. This is about 2019-20 MasterCard Foundation Scholarship for African International Students. Now, family, and please understand, because I know some are sensitive. There's not hate against international students, especially because we ultimately we are African people, right? But we have defined the fact that people have been using us as stepping stones, and we will no longer allow that to happen. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all about a discussion I had with some of the young men yesterday. We will not allow ourselves to be stepping stones any longer. Period. All right. So Sister Kim posted up. Did y'all know about this? I ain't hating on anybody. This is what she's saying. Here is my position. First, MasterCard is using our ADOS interest money to fund the educational dreams of people who never used a credit card. Africa is still a cash economy. 100% fact. 100% fact. They listen. They don't even build houses on credit. You got to build that shit one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? You paying straight cash. They don't do they might be doing them now, but when my wife was over there, they wasn't even doing monthly rents. You had to pay the whole rent for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Straight cash. Many universities in the USA do not require international students to have SAT scores. The ACT is an American-only test. Hence, international students don't have the extra burden of high grades and low test scores. See more. When international students have SAT scores, university will accept lower scores and give scholarships. I've seen kids get money for 30th percentile SAT scores. Questions. How does this impact ADOS? Does this help us or hinder our progress? Does this information bolster our claim for reparations? Go ahead, while you still got the line. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just heard. Yeah, I did. So yeah, I wanted people to know about that MasterCard scholarship, because everything I said, that just should reiterate why it's morally right for us to push for reparations. And that, this is something this is money that we've already paid, and we're asking for it back. When money we paid, they give it to other people.
Oh, yeah.
And they're using money that we paid that they're giving to other people to suppress us even more. And I'm not blaming the other people, okay? I'm not blaming the other people, because when you are a person that needs a scholarship, you need a scholarship.
You need a scholarship.
Wherever the money comes. That's how it is. So I'm more talking about the people who are giving out the money.
And then they'll turn around and talk about they ain't got no money to deal with our claim. We got Michael Robinson. Classism has been going on in education, jobs, and areas where we live since the days of slavery. I agree reparations is must for us to have an equal playground in America. We got to, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to stabilize this out, family. It is horrible, and it's only getting worse. We're seeing it in education, especially higher education.
It is horrible. That's true. Especially higher education. But the thing is, I agree with Michael to an extent. However, I disagree with him when classism has not been going on in education forever. In the 50s and 60s, education was pretty leveled off. Like, if you were a black kid in an urban environment and you went to some of those schools, your high school education was probably equal to a white kid in a suburban area. And I think so. A lot of those high schools that were built in the communities in the 50s, in the 60s, some of those high schools, they had really good education. And if you go to, like, Chicago and you look at some of those high schools and that are kind of downtrodden now, and you look at the pictures on the wall and the people who graduated from those schools, and you're saying, wow, what happened?
No, but I mean, now I think because some of that is covered in in the whole chapter in Outliers. One of the things that that Malcolm Gladwell covered was timing. Timing, the whole timing piece, because it's you need in order for the system to work, there has to be a bottom rung. There has to be somebody at the bottom. And it just and we are built in. Is built into the system. And it's like, now at a certain point in time we had equal access to stuff, but we see that people started fleeing from us when Yvette called it, made us a contagion to wealth. So soon as stuff started opening up and we was able to get it, they had to come up with other laws and stuff to kind of slow us down. Because like in the 50s and the 60s, I mean, because if even all the way up into the late 70s, early 80s, because you can look at a lot of the programs that were going on in some of these schools, because individuals is leaving high school able to go out and actually get real jobs. I'm talking about family building jobs.
That's true.
But then, like I said, big business saw different and started doing different things. You know what I'm saying? So it moved from trade skills to technical other types of skill, and then all of the jobs that they had here, they found cheaper markets to be able to take that job elsewhere. So now you got a whole bunch of us sitting around here unemployed. You know what I'm saying? So we got just cut the check. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line of the we need to have conversations, and we need to be talking with people about cutting the check. We had a representative from city council come to talk with our boys yesterday, and it was an interesting conversation because she enlightened me on the whole city council thing here. I thought I knew a little bit, but I'm sitting up here like, wow, I mean, cause I'm just dumb. I wasn't even ignorant because I wasn't even ignoring it. I thought that city council members was like a part-time job. You know what I'm saying? They gave you a little bit of extra money to travel back and forth to the state house. It wasn't no big money. You know what I'm saying? But shit, that's it's a full-time paid position, and there will be 2 seats opening up in 2023. What I want to talk to my family in Columbus about right now is we need to be preparing to take at least 3 of those seats by 2023. Somebody from the ADOS community need to be moving in to take those political seats by 2023. That's independents, not affiliated with any parties, but we need to have our voices heard there. There's 9 seats. We need 3 of them. 2 seats are opening up in the 2023 election. We could get 1 in the next election, I think 2021. Actually, they're running now, because she said every odd year or something like that. But we might be able to get 1 in 2021. But we also need to start shooting for at least 3 seats in Columbus with ADOS people. And one of the things we need to work with is getting Columbus to formulate a resolution in support of reparations for ADOS. If we get all the cities where we got a majority of, boom, we get in there, and they be like, boom, they do resolutions, they are in support of that. I think that'll be a major step towards us moving there. And I don't think us getting seats in city councils all over this country, especially where we have a majority of the people being insulted by the police and shit like that, should be that hard for us. We can start grooming our young people, or we can start grooming some of our elder people like myself to start getting ready to do it. And we can start raising funds right now for them online so that we can start supporting our interest. Sister Kim, you back. So go on. Take the mic. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you fine. So I'm glad you're doing that, because I was actually thinking that, all this ADOS activity is awesome, but we also need local. We need people who are a critical mass of people, because now there is a critical mass of ADOS nationally. We need critical mass locally. So I think I applaud you for taking that step in the right direction.
I ain't take that step yet. I ain't take the step yet. I'm just talking. I'm just talking right now. I ain't take the step yet. I'm just talking right now. But I'm seriously,
Okay.
I'm seriously thinking about it. And we're going to get some young people ready, as well as maybe get some older people like myself ready, so that we could go and get those seats. Right now, I'm just throwing that out there into the ether. And we're going to see what develops over the next couple of months. But
well, that's the direction we got to go. Because America is a country that functions locally.
Right.
National is fine. Country really functions on the local level. So that's the direction that we should go.
Because I agree, because all of the national talk, because they can always find ways to kind of slow down our progress. But as we start moving on a local level, it's kind of harder for them to ignore it when you got city councils all over the countries and eventually states saying they're in support of reparations because of an active political body. I posted articles. I got 2 articles in a newsletter about the stubborn minority and the power of a stubborn minority, because I know a lot of y'all think that politics and business is run by a big money majority or something like that. I don't know how we've been thinking about this, but it's always been a minority that runs stuff. We are a minority in this country. We have not been a conscious minority. We have not been a stubborn minority. We have not been a will-driven minority. And in any situation, it's always the minority that turns, that brings change to the world. It's always been a stubborn minority, and we have that right here in America. We have a stubborn minority. I already gave y'all the example about a lot of the soft drinks. I already gave y'all the examples about the peanuts on the airplane. It's the stubborn minority that drives politics, that also could drive change in politics. And we just have to be able to exercise that and be willing to move on it. And I'm saying, like I said, family, right now we're building the mall and getting the stable stabilizing holidays together. I'm building up confidence in far as organizing. So, the next step is going to be for us to be moving for some type of political seats. In all seriousness, this is the next step. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, those that just talking online, y'all just keep on talking. There's time for us to start taking action in these cities where we are. And we need to make sure that the city is able to come out and proclaim a proclamation that they are in support, as a city, are in support of ADOS receiving reparations. We need to have those discussions now. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kim. Sister Kim is back on the line. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the only thing I wanted to talk to you about something, and if it's not an appropriate platform, I don't have a problem with you telling me this to table it. But I have a program that I do with kids, and it's like it's a virtual program that I work with kids, and I've been doing it for a few years. I've worked with about 4 kids, and so I actually had thought about getting a table at your mall to advertise it if anybody was interested summer.
What type of program? Holla at me. What's going on?
Okay. Do you want me to describe it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So what it is, I'm a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I did is I came up with, it's a problem-based learning where I work with the kids to decide on a topic they're interested in. Then they come up with a problem they would like to solve within that topic. And then they do integrative studies around that topic and solving the problem. And then I link the child up with a coach who's like an expert in that field to help them solve that problem. It could be building something. It could be doing an entrepreneurial project. Like, for instance, my daughter, what she did when we were in Malaysia, because she speaks French, she was like she was in 8th grade. She was in 8th grade, and she did a program called Fun with French. And so, but it was Fun with French. So she did flyers, and she advertised them, and she went up to strange Malaysians and asked them, to advertise her business. And she actually got a few Malaysians who hired her to teach their kids French.
Okay.
So that was her project, and she did research about it, and she loved it. And so I can send you some information about that. And I worked with another boy in Illinois. When I was in Malaysia, I worked with a boy in Illinois, and he was interested in being a basketball coach. So I worked with him on that project. That didn't go as well. He did like a Powtoons about coaching, and he did some writing, but we didn't really follow through with it as much. Not necessarily because of him. It was a lot of the parents not really being committed with the project. I also am a believer that you can't just educate the child. You have to also work with the parents.
Right.
So part of this is also partnering with parents. So I would have Skype meetings with parents, all the parents who are in the program, we would talk together and work together. So in that case, he didn't go as far primarily because of the parents. And I have another student in Africa who I work with, and she really did good. She did something entrepreneurial, and she's actually graduating high school this June, and she's going to be going to university at Penn State. So, and I have another girl that I work with in Chicago, but again, it sort of fell through. And I have another one in Tennessee, I forgot. I have one in Tennessee that I work with. So that's the gist of the program. My premise is kids will do things that they're interested in, and there's no point in doing something just to do it. You should do something to get something out of it.
True.
And so that's why it's an integrative learning, problem-based activity, a problem-based curriculum. And it's something I developed, and it's called World Nations Academy. And I have a Facebook page. If parents are in the program, they're on the Facebook page, and we do Skype meetings. So I work with the child and the parent, and this is the way I do it. I'm an educator. I'm highly qualified, and I get good results when you work with me. I know what I'm doing. So I do charge, but I offer scholarships. So I charge and I offer scholarships because I want parents to know that what they're getting is valued. Even if I'm not asking you to pay, this is how much it's worth.
All right, so now can you post the information up on the page as well as the group? I want to be able to look at it because I work with kids every other week. So
okay,
and
I'll post it up. I have it. I'll post it up. Like I've been doing this since 2012. I've been doing this since 2012, and I have other people that I've worked with face to face. I have students that I've taught primarily only me. I've taught them all subjects, and they are in university now. So because some people in Africa, they can't afford these international schools. These international schools are like $20,000 and up, and you have people who can't afford them. So I sometimes work with these people, and the parents would pay me like a quarter of what they would pay in international school. And since I'm a certified teacher, I can give them transcripts, and they can use those transcripts and go wherever they want to go.
So is this primarily what you're doing over there right now?
No, this is what I do on the side.
Okay.
I have a regular job. So I always have a regular job because, I'm ADOS.
Right.
I gotta work.
Gotta work. Gotta work. But this
is what I do on the side.
So what you're providing is like an online school.
basically it's an online school. The work is all given by me. So it's not like you're doing work, a computer-generated work. I work with the kids. I talk to the parents because I understand, like I told you, my experience from working at that school.
Right.
I learned a lot. And what I understand is you don't get good results when you just work with the kids. And I have to find out, to talk to the parents to see, what does a parent want for their child? What do they see for this child in the future? Once I see that, what does the child want? Then I try to work with the parents to come up with a plan.
Okay.
To get that. So that's what I do. I started doing this exclusively online thing when I was in Malaysia. But when I was in Mauritania, I actually had a room in my house converted into a classroom. And I was working like 7 days a week. I taught a lot of people on the side when I was in Mauritania.
Okay. So let's go and get it up and see what we get popping off here. Cause that's totally on top, because you talking about education and we talking about a lot of stuff that's not affordable to us, and because we don't really have, in a sense, the financial vocabulary, or as well as the social vocabulary. There's a lot of stuff that we're missing, and what you just did was we brought it all the way back around to where, all right, now this is how we can fix it. This is how we can fix it. So, but now please post that up. I want to be able to look at that. And I don't know,
Okay.
like I said, if you got some information, we could just put your information on the Gye-Nyame table. You don't necessarily have to set up a table. And we could start informing people here about it. And then, like I said, on my conference call, this conference call that you're calling right now, I could do calls of up to 100 people on as well.
Okay.
So we could probably do something where we could have a private conversation with families that would be interested and just start building. I don't see no problem with that. So,
yeah, I mean, I just want to help people. Like I said, in the past, I always give scholarships because I see the disparity. I've seen what you need to get there, and I want to try to be as help to my people to get there.
Word.
I've gotten help so many people, overseas get to the United States and go to school. So, I want to help. I want to help my own.
I can dig it. So with that, you got any final words? Because I'm gonna get off here. I got some lentils waiting for me, and
Okay,
I
no
got
problem.
Go ahead.
Nice talking to you. It was great. You're doing a good job. I really commend you for everything that you do.
All right, and I thank you for joining us. And family, I thank all those that's listening now and those that will be listening in the future. First off, remember, this is the Congregation of the Mighty, where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Of course, this is a Harvest Summer production, and this has been the Daily Toast. And I want to send shouts out to Sister Kim for sharing the information, as well as the educational opportunity for each one of our children. So we're going to look at this very seriously and see what we can pull off here in Columbus. This is a Heart of December production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.